Hello and welcome to ENC 1102. My name is Professor Andrew Young, and today I'll walk you through how to navigate our Blackboard page. When you log on to Blackboard and click on the ENC 1102 link, you'll arrive here, our announcement page. Every week I will post an announcement about the week's events, and that announcement will be sent directly to your student email. As an aside, please don't respond directly to an announcement sent to your email. I will not see those messages. However, in a moment, I will show you how to contact me if you have any questions. So here's the announcement page. And if you scroll down, you will see our very first announcement welcoming you to ENC 1102, writing about texts. As I mentioned, each week I'll post an announcement explaining what's on the schedule for that week, such as assignments and objectives. So it's important to check your email and this page regularly to keep up with the course. Now, if we scroll back up, on the left-hand side, we have several radio buttons. So here we're on the announcement page. Right below that is the syllabus, course content modules, calendar of activities, discussions, my grades, and tools and resources. Let's take a look at the syllabus. So when you click on the syllabus, it takes you right here, and here's a picture of me. So if you want to attach a face to a voice, voila, okay? But what I do want to call your attention to is my information. So it does say see syllabus for virtual office hours and contact methods. The reason why it says that is it changes from semester to semester. And this video gets used from semester to semester. But here's the best way to get a hold of me. So first is my office phone number and then my email. This is the best way to get in touch with me, is a.young@fscj.edu. Okay, so don't email what is sent as an announcement. Instead, send any emails right to a.young@fscj.edu. I can meet you face-to-face at the South Campus. I'm a full-time faculty member, so I do have a physical office at the South Campus at T242 if you wanted to get in touch that way, but email is the best option. It does say 24 to 48 hours right here. I'm usually pretty good about getting back to students either within the day, or if it's over the weekend, you know, I'm usually pretty good about getting back to students within 24 hours, okay? But if you keep scrolling down, here you have the syllabus. So the syllabus is located right here. If you click on this link, okay, you'll get a Word document that gives you all of the important information, our schedule, which I recommend that you do print out, and I'm going to show you where that schedule is in a moment. But there's also a number of like administrative issues that the syllabus talks about, as well as like rubrics, and it's a very extensive syllabus. I don't recommend that you print the whole thing out, but I do advise that you click on it and review it. The only thing I do recommend that you print out is the schedule of activities for all of the modules, which I'll talk about in a moment. But anyway, the syllabus is right here. The syllabus also does mention the 2 textbooks for the course, okay? So be sure to review that. Now, if you scroll down a little bit more, this is very important. Okay, it says reviewing the syllabus and student contract. So what this is, okay, is it's important that you read through this student contract after you have downloaded and read the syllabus, and essentially you are agreeing that you have read everything and that you understand everything for the semester. And then it's important that you click this where it says marked review. That will tell me that you have read everything and that you have completed this week to mark your attendance for the course. Okay, so it kind of tells me that you are active, you're involved in the course, you're taking it seriously, and this sort of counts towards your attendance, if you will, that you've reviewed everything. If you scroll back up, okay, right below the syllabus, we then get into course content modules. So you will probably spend the bulk of your time in this section of Blackboard. Okay, it breaks down the entire class into our 6 modules. Some modules last about a week or so, like module 1, and then other modules like 5 and 6 are several weeks. Okay, and so the way this works is each module contains explanations, directions, and examples for all of the assignments and readings and essays and so forth. It is very important as you work through each module that you read the instructions carefully. They have been spelled out like in very sequential order, like step by step by step. So don't gloss over it. Really try to understand it. If you have questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. Okay, so let's take a look just quickly at the first module. I won't go through all 6, but I'll highlight the first one because there's a lot of consistency between each module and the way they're presented structurally. So here we have module 1, the active reading. So for all of the modules, you'll have this introduction where it'll state some objectives and then the reading for that particular week. Okay, so here's one of our textbooks. It's titled The Best American Magazine Writing 2013, which is really great pieces that you're going to read this semester. Okay, and so if you scroll down, this is one of the first items you're going to have to complete. It's a greeting and introduction. Okay, and so this is going to take you to our discussion board. And so for each module, you will have some kind of discussion board feature. And if you click on this, okay, here is our discussion board. So now that we're here, I'll just talk about this briefly. I should note that that option is located right here as well. So there's a little redundancy between some of this, but it's done this way to set up something that's more convenient for you. Okay, so the first option within our discussion board is questions for the professor. So if you have questions about, let's say, an assignment or the instructions, or you want some more clarity, I recommend that you submit them to questions for the professor. The reason why is chances are other students have the same questions. So students can see our exchange and then they can possibly get some more clarity. I should note, if you have more personal questions, like let's say your grade or you've missed an assignment or something has happened, please don't post them here. Instead, send me an email directly so we can address the issue privately. Below that is what's called the Cyber Cafe. This is often an underutilized resource, but if you have questions you want to post to your classmates about the course or let's say other FSCJ related items, feel free to use the Cyber Cafe to connect with your classmates. Just make sure the discussions are, cool for school, if you know what I mean. But then here's what you're going to be working on for the first week, and it's the greetings and introductions. Basically what I want you to do, and it's spelled out right here, but you're going to tell me about yourself, perhaps your goals, experiences, aspirations. I'll post my response in the coming days so you can, get to know me a little bit better. But that is required as you're sort of, in addition to reading the syllabus and reviewing everything, this also is very important to mark your attendance. So if we go back to the course content modules and scroll back down, okay, what you'll also notice for all the modules, you'll have something called a lecture content. Okay, what this is this offers a more extensive overview of each module, each module's objectives. Feel free to click on it if you want, but it's absolutely not necessary because it's very extensive. It kind of reads like a PowerPoint. And it just spells things out in greater detail if you want to know more about the objectives. And if you scroll down, okay, so for here, this is our first discussion board related to a specific reading. Okay, so if you click on that, you get taken back to our discussion board, which I showed you, and you'll notice it's asking you to read something and then make a post. Let me just jump back here to the modules for a moment. But usually each week we'll have some kind of discussion board feature where you'll have to post something and then respond to several questions within a timely manner. There also, for this week, is an active reading exercise. The point of the active reading exercise is, and you'll have several this semester, it will require you to dig more deeply into the assignment and the reading, asking you perhaps to examine the reading's use of, let's say, point of view or character or theme, which you'll learn more about. And so the overall structure and interface for each module will look something like this. You'll get an introduction. You'll usually have some discussion board feature. I know for this week, you're kind of doing two responses on the discussion boards. One is the greetings, and then one is actually focused around the reading. You'll get some lecture content, and then you'll notice maybe some kind of homework exercise. I should note there is often links that will explain the instructions further and the expectations. So for here, this is Module 1 Active Reading Worksheet that you'll want to click on, and it'll open up in Microsoft Word. Okay, so that's the modules. Right below the modules, we get into the calendar of activities. Okay, so this is contained within your syllabus, but it's been reproduced here for your convenience. In fact, this is what I recommend you print so that you have sort of a visual note of all of the due dates. And I can't stress this enough about online classes. Okay, if you've never taken an online class, one of the big issues that students encounter is just forgetting to submit before the due date. Due dates are very strict with online courses. So with all of the assignments, there is a strict due date. Everything you submit through Blackboard will have a time stamp attached. So what does that mean? So even though you may be able to submit an assignment past the due date, that assignment will earn a 0 because it is not submitted on time. So it is critical that you submit on or before the stated due date. Okay, so you can always submit things in earlier. I just don't take it after the due date because of the volume of work that I'm receiving over the course of the semester. As I mentioned at the beginning of all of this, I will send reminders throughout the week, but it is imperative that you are also keeping track of everything for the course. Okay, so if you look at this, you can see, for example, like here is the week, the assigned work, the points possible, and then the due date. So here is Module 1, okay, and it starts so May 7th to May 20th. Obviously, if this is a different semester that you're viewing the video, it's still consistent. Like you have the same module, the same kind of discussion, the same kind of sort of focus. You may see sort of different dates within your course Blackboard page. But anyway, that's pretty consistent, which you can see right here. And then there are the due dates. Okay, so this I recommend you print out the course calendar of activities, which is replicated here. It's also in the syllabus. Okay, below that, discussion boards, which we've already discussed. If you have questions, just let me know about that. You can post your questions right here, which are more general. But if you have questions that are very specific and sort of very individualistic focused, then send me something to my school email. The next item is my grades. Okay, this is an important tool to keep track of your standing in the course. So all of your grades will be posted here. So the minute I grade your assignment and click submit, that grade will populate in my grades. If you see an error or have a question, send me a direct email so that I can address it. Remember, the class is out of 1,000 points. So at the end of the semester, you need at least 700 points for a C, at least 800 points for a B, and at least 900 points for an A. Okay, and so you'll notice that there's also rubrics attached. These rubrics are in the syllabus. That's why the syllabus is a bit lengthy, but it's also right here so you can see why you earned that particular grade. And then the final tool is tools and resources, okay, kind of a one-stop shop. So here's how to, of course, contact me. There's my information, which I have already highlighted, the Cyber Cafe, messages, my grades. The one thing I do want to highlight is right here, online tutoring and smart thinking, which is a really great resource, which you're going to take advantage of later in the semester, but it's a cool way to connect with tutors virtually. So if you can't get to campus, this is a free tutoring service that is offered just to FSCJ students. It's a 24/7 service, but you do need to give a 48-hour window to receive feedback. Okay, so I'll talk more about this, but it's a really great resource. And then there's some other resources below, like video tutorials and demonstrations, tech support, more writing resources, student assistance program, the library and learning commons, surviving college, net etiquette, you know, being cool for school, and then career opportunities and employment, okay, which if you're interested, you can check out those options. So All right, so that is it. I hope this overview was helpful as you navigate our page this semester. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or post questions to Blackboard in Ask You the Professor. I look forward to working with you this semester, and thanks for watching.